Things are really not going well for many of the people who worked for Donald Trump, but specifically for many of those people who attempted to prosecute the voter fraud that they claimed took place during the November of 2020 election. We're going to talk about Sidney Powell in a moment, but first I want to start with Rudy Giuliani. We wondered for a while, where did the bogus stories about the 2020 election come from? Like, we understand who was spreading them. It was Rudy, Steve Bannon, Trump himself, Sidney Powell, Jenna Ellis, Fox News, Newsmax, OAN. Like, we know who was spreading them. But where did a lot of this stuff surface from about massive dumps of ballots and the wrong amount of food being brought to overnight workers and the water main break being fake? You know, like all this. Who came up with it originally? There was a total lack of evidence for it. Wasn't subjected to any real rigorous probing. It was just repeated. But where did it come from? And at least as far as Rudy Giuliani is now admitting under oath, at least some of it was just stuff he saw on social media. It's that humiliating. It's that pathetic. It's that embarrassing. So let's take a look at this report. Business Insider. Rudy Giuliani admits under oath that he got some of his evidence of alleged election fraud from social media. Rudy Giuliani admitted under oath that his evidence of voter fraud in the 2020 election came partly from social media and that he did not interview or fact check his sources. Donald Trump's former personal lawyer made the comments in a deposition on August 14 in relation to a defamation lawsuit brought by a former Dominion Voting Systems employee, Eric Coomer, first published by the Colorado Sun. Coomer is suing the Trump campaign and others for promoting baseless conspiracy theories that he helped, quote, rig the election for Joe Biden. In the deposition, Giuliani admitted that he got some of his information about Coomer's alleged role in the fraud from his social media posts, but couldn't be sure if it was Facebook or another platform. Those social media posts get all one to me. When questioned about whether he saw any other evidence linking Coomer with election fraud, he responded, "Right now, I can't recall anything else I laid eyes on." The conspiracy theories about Coomer were sparked by accusations made by right-wing podcast host Joe Altman. Altman claimed to have infiltrated an Antifa conference call in which someone who identified themselves as Eric from Dominion boasted about preventing Trump from winning the election, according to the New York Times. Altman offered no proof of his claims. The podcast host then found Eric Coomer's Facebook profile, on which he had supposedly written anti-Trump messages. Rudy and other Trump allies seized upon Altman's allegations, repeating them in the now infamous November 19 press conference. One of the Smartmatic patent holders, Eric Coomer, I believe his name is on the web as being recorded in a conversation with Antifa members saying that he had the election rigged for Mr. Biden. According to court papers, Giuliani spent virtually no time investigating the claims. This is great. Giuliani said he was too busy when asked why he repeated those claims without verifying them. Giuliani said in the deposition, "It's not my job in a fast-moving case to go out and investigate every piece of evidence that's given to me. Why wouldn't I believe him? I would have to have been a terrible lawyer. Gee, let's go find out if it's untrue." I didn't have time to go do that. Trump has totally abandoned Rudy as far as we can tell. So there's really no advantage to Rudy lying in this deposition, right? His reputation's in shambles. His finances are eroding away. He might as well tell the truth under oath. And he is telling the truth here, I believe. You know, we joke about people's research. They say they've researched the vaccine. They've researched the election. It's not his job to investigate pieces of evidence, which he later cites and presents in court. And this is a lawyer who actually is materially involved in this stuff. So when your cousin's sister's cashier at the local job lot says, "I've researched the vaccine," understand what they mean by research, and understand even Rudy here saying, I'm bringing this stuff to courts. I don't have time to actually see if what I'm saying is true. This is one of the biggest lies perpetuated by right-wing media for nearly the last year. And some of the stuff started just something Rudy saw on social media. He had every tool at his disposal, but he went with what sounded the wildest and most egregious that he came across on his computer or his phone. And also remember, Rudy wanted 20 grand a day from Trump to push all of this stuff on the basis partially of stuff he saw on social media. Funny though, imagine that he's lying about where he got it. Like, I think he's telling the truth. But imagine if saying that it's from social media was to cover up where he really got it and it's like somewhere even worse. I don't even know where that would be. But I do believe that Rudy finally is telling the truth. Trump's abandoned him. His finances are a problem. I can't think of any reason that he would lie now. And this is where the stuff came from. It came from social media. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pacman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver. And here's how it works. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft. And it's free. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pacman.